Okay, welcome everybody to another lesson on common mistakes. If you like these classes, please come to my website, skypelessons.com, buy a course, and you get a free speaking class. So number one, knocking. But the student didn't say knocking, they said knocking. And of course, when you see a K and an N at the start of a word, for example, no, or night, or knife, we've got a few words that start with KN, you never pronounce the K if it starts with KN. Yeah, this is knife, no, knight, yeah, a knight in shining armour, that kind of knight, yeah. Knife, no, night, we pronounce this word exactly the same as that word, night. Night, yeah, exactly the same. And so this knocking is knocking, yeah, you don't pronounce the K. I want to remind you, we have quite a few silent letters in English. I just had a class with a student and he said answer, and that's not correct. Answer. Yeah, you don't pronounce the W in answer. That is a silent letter, answer. But it's a very common mistake because students assume that English spelling will help them pronounce the word. But that's the wrong assumption. English spelling never helps you pronounce the word, it seems to me. So whenever you've got a KN at the start, don't pronounce the K. Whenever you've got a PS at the start, psychology, psychiatry, psychologist, psychiatric hospital, don't pronounce the P. Whenever you've got an M before a B, usually at the end of a word, don't pronounce the B. Yeah, but sometimes in the middle, like plumber, we don't pronounce the B. But think about these words. Bomb, you don't pronounce the B. Comb, you don't pronounce the B. Tomb, you don't pronounce the B. Or womb, yeah, something like that, womb, where the baby develops inside the woman, the baby develops inside the womb. But notice that the O sound in all of these words is different. Bomb, O, comb, O, tomb, oo, yeah, so O, O, oo. You've got different sounds for those words, and this is what I mean by English spelling doesn't really help you very often. You just have to know how the word is pronounced. So that's bomb, comb, tomb, okay? And that's womb. Womb rhymes with tomb, but womb doesn't rhyme with comb, and womb doesn't rhyme with bomb, even though it looks like it might. Okay, so that's the first one. It's a pronunciation mistake. It's very common. Be careful with words like answer, knocking, bomb, comb, tomb. Okay, let's go on to number two. When new weapons are used, this raises the bets. Now, this is very close to being correct, and I knew exactly what the student meant, because when you're playing poker, you bet money, but the money that you are risking, we call your stake. So it raises the stakes is a very common expression. Yeah, so when new weapons are used, it raises the stakes. There's more to lose suddenly. You're risking more. So your stake is the money that you risk in a poker game or at the bookmakers. If your stake is the money that you give the bookmaker and say, I think that horse is going to win, so I'm going to put £10 on that horse. Well, £10 is your stake. And of course, you don't want to lose your money. You don't want to lose your stake. And when you raise the stakes, things become riskier. There's more to risk. Yeah, there's more to lose. Okay, number three. This is a really common mistake. Boris Johnson is a person. And so with people, you mustn't use which. You have to use who. Okay, so it has to be Boris Johnson, who. But that's a really common mistake where some people say the name of a person, or maybe it's a job. You have a politician, a journalist, who. Yeah, it must be who after politician, journalist, after any person, not which. Okay, but very common mistake. Number four, this would put many resources under risk. This is a preposition mistake. We don't say under risk, we say something is at risk. Yeah, so this would put many resources at risk. Okay, things are at risk if they're in a risky situation. Yeah, and so this would put many resources at risk. Number five, it was rumours that he would step down in January. Now here you are affirming the existence of these rumours. And when you introduce something to existence, you don't use it, you use there. Yeah, and that's why we say there is a desk in the corner of this room. I'm affirming the existence of the desk. Yeah, there is a desk in the corner of this room. There is a sofa on the right of this room. And there was rumours. That's not correct, is it? I hope some of you saw that as well. There were rumours. Yeah, make sure you're conjugating your verb correctly. Were is plural, and so there were. Yeah, there were rumours that he would step down in January. And remember that to step down, it's a phrasal verb meaning to resign from your position, from your post. When you step down, you resign. Okay, so don't forget these phrasal verbs either.